This is the Cool Photo Tools Podcast, episode number 67, May 16th, 2016.
Are you sick of trying to learn all the new photo software? Are you tired of hearing about the next big thing in photography? Well, neither are we. Welcome to Cool Photo Tools with Jay Biersdorf and Rhonda Spencer.
Today's sponsor is Audible.com, who has more than 180,000 audiobooks and spoken word audio products. Get a free audiobook of your choice at www.audibletrial.com/coolphototools. Welcome, cool heads. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Cool Photo Tools with our guest host, Rhonda Spencer. There.
Hey.
I showed a picture of something else first.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's Rhonda. Okay.
That's me.
If you're on the audio version, then it wasn't a problem.
Yeah, you didn't see
If
anything.
you're listening to us on iTunes.
Yes.
Or Google Play. We're on Google Play now.
Oh.
Yeah, Google Play is now supporting podcasts. So if you want to listen to us on your favorite Google Play device, that all works good too. So,
Hey.
it's been a whole week, and last week we got stuck talking about stuff. We get on a soapbox
That's
kind of
what we
rant
do.
and just roll. Just stuff just goes back and forth, and we didn't hardly talk about any stuff. So it's a good thing our podcast name isn't Cool Photo Stuff. We'd have really missed it. So, but tools can be ideas and
That's it.
and skills and things too. So
Lots of stuff.
I'm going to start today because I can.
All right.
So what I want to show you right here, this is something from our good friends at BH Photo Video, bhphotovideo.com. And this is something called a Sensei Squiggle Rewritable, that's easy for you to say, rewritable rear lens cap for Canon. And you can also get these for Nikon, but you can't get them for Sony, weirdly enough. So what these are a rear lens cap. If you lost your rear lens cap, you could buy another one. And you have to buy them for the kind of camera that you have. And then they have a white spot on the back there where you can use an erasable whiteboard marker, like the wet erase markers, and you can write something right on the back of your rear lens cap.
Like, don't lose me or what?
I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out. Okay, the only purpose I can see behind this is like, say you have your lenses in a large bag and you've got them all setting face down, and cap up. You could easily look and see, oh, well, that's my 85 1.4.
Okay. So, all right.
I could see you doing that. That way it would be useful.
Yeah. So if your lenses are all face down in the bag and you don't know which one is the 24 millimeter and which one is the 200 millimeter, then you could write on the back of them. But they're erasable, so that if you got a new lens, you could erase. I don't know. These are
put like little notes. Hello, honey.
You could just use a indelible marker. Like one of those Sharpie gold or silver pens, and write on there. On your regular lens, I don't know that these.
I'm going to pull like what you pull on me all the time. I'm not sure of how useful that one is.
Well, that's this. Ultimately, it's not up to decide the uses for these things. We're just to inform. We're just talking about cool photo tools, and just because we maybe don't see the immediate use for it, doesn't mean there isn't a good one. We just don't know about it yet.
Yeah,
so.
I'm just trying to figure out what it might be.
Well,
that's the only thing I could see.
Okay, fine.
Or like put little
let's
smiley
just jump
faces.
ahead and go to your screen and see what you've got on here.
Okay, so I'm into printing stuff all the time for different purposes. For I don't know, for your clients, for just maybe you personally. Maybe you have a need that you want to print.
You mean you're taking those photographs and actually making prints out of them?
Yeah.
Well, that's just
amazing.
weird.
I know.
That's strange. Just use Facebook.
So anyway, I saw these acrylic blocks and I thought these were really interesting. A great way to maybe put your photography out on your little tables. just an or interesting way to maybe promote your photography to your clients.
So these are from bayphoto.com, BAYPHOTO.com, which they're a photo lab. They make all kinds of...
They do make all sorts
they're
of
a
stuff.
professional photo lab. So, but that doesn't mean you have to be a professional to use them.
No.
Just means you want professional quality on the stuff
Yeah.
that's
And
coming back, from the lab for you. We'll link to this in the show notes.
So they're saying like small tabletop display. With
So what are we
big
looking at
impact.
here? These are acrylic blocks that are...
That the image has been mounted to the back.
Okay, so from 3.5 by 3.5 to 6 by 6 and all the sizes in between there, it looks like. So these are going to be like for a paperweight or a kind of an unusual, or I guess you could stand them
Yeah.
up. They don't need a frame because they're like an
Right.
acrylic or a lucite
They're
block.
saying a small tabletop display with a big impact. And I think they're nice.
Yeah, I'm going to put this in my camera bag with those erasable rear lens caps.
No, actually, I would use this, especially, like I said, if you've had a wedding and you want a nice little thank you to flip over to your client. You take one of their pictures and you embed it into this. It's a nice little thank you
so
gift.
it's a little display thing or a paperweight or just, it certainly has a different look.
Has a nice backing.
Yeah, okay, and these are, what are we priced on these?
Medium, not bad.
Medium.
All right,
Medium,
I've got the
I'm going to say,
prices.
how much are these? Rhonda says
All right,
medium.
Medium. Well, when you go into printing, sometimes printing can be very, very expensive. So they're looking at a 6 by 6 with a luster. I don't know if I'd do a metallic print on one of these. It's like $51. So
Only $1 more for metallic. For the right subject.
Yeah.
Metallic is interesting for the right things.
it is. I don't find a lot of things that I think are interesting with it.
Okay, well, you can put that with the lens caps that you can write on the
Okay.
back.
So, all right. So let's move one more to the
Okay.
same lab.
All right.
Are these better for you? These are wall mounts. These are acrylic prints again.
They just,
Not done.
they just
on
turned
a
those around
stick.
backwards.
Not done as thick.
Oh, I see. Now, is the print on the face or behind the acrylic?
I think the print is in between the acrylic.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you
So
see
they
where
would
it's
be,
here?
you could use a plastic
So-
polish on them. And okay, so face-mounted acrylic. Yeah, and then there's I see they've got an option where you can drill through or
Right.
they drill through the corners, and then they put these little aluminum
Mounting posts.
things that, those are kind of specialized. If you have the right decor for them, I guess they would.
Here you go. This is showing a good
Okay.
show where you've got the acrylic, you've got your image, you've got a backing.
Okay, so these again are from bayphoto.com, and there's different ways to hang these. These are
There's
when
your-
you're looking for something different for your clients. These are going to be there's going to be something different.
They're going to be something different. Yeah. So let's
Okay,
get to.
cool.
I want to get to. Actually, not that terribly expensive. You're looking at $100
$100 for a 16 by 20. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Not giving them away.
No. Well, anytime you do any printing, you're not going to give it away.
I don't know.
But I do like this. I like the look of it.
Okay.
It's a very clean
All right.
display look.
Well, let's move ahead here,
All right.
and let's go take a look at something that I think is kind of interesting. Now, if you have do you have a Sony camera? Rhonda?
No, you do.
Okay, yeah, I know I have a couple. I've got some Canons too. I got some stuff. But
Jay's got don't let him kid you. Jay's got a lot of stuff.
yeah, some of it's even fairly current.
Yeah. He has
Most of it's kind of like probably should be thrown out, but
he definitely has a lot of stuff.
anyways, so one of the things that got my attention here, like the Sony A6000, camera, it's a mirrorless camera, and the Sony A6300 that just came out, and the Sony A7. All the Sony cameras have apps that you can download and install, like you would to your smartphone, which is kind of wacky. And so one of the apps that's come out is one called the Smooth Reflection app. And I'll just show you here. So what this is, if you take a picture like this, where they're showing a snow scene, probably like in the Arctic. There's icebergs and mountains in the distance that have snow on them, and then there's a choppy ocean, where you can see the little waves that are kind of chopping up here. Now you can download, and I think you have to pay for this. It's like $5 or something. You can download this app to your camera, and then when you shoot with the Smooth Reflection app, then it takes all those choppy waves and makes them smooth. So this is like if you'd taken a neutral density filter and put your camera on a tripod, and use a 30 or 50 or 2 minute or 3 minute exposure. That's how you get this kind of effect.
This is an in-camera app?
This is an in-camera app, yeah. And so you can. This is we're looking at alphauniverse.com is the website that is talking about this. I'll link to this in the show notes. And also here's a waterfall picture, where the water's, and instead of setting it on a tripod, you just use the in-camera app to give it the effect here.
That's actually pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. I mean, some of these are kind of weird, but this one actually is pretty darn nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm not used to having in-camera apps.
It's weird. I think I've only used one or two. I forget that they're in there. It's kind of like one of those things where you don't think about it because you've never had that before.
Yeah.
So you're like, really? I can put an app in there. Okay. Look at the Rhonda's in the incredible expression on her face.
I was like,
"Are you kidding me? What the heck? An in-camera app?
An in-camera app? That's crazy."
Well, I just thought I'd bring that up because it's pretty neat. I haven't tried it yet, but I think I will.
Okay.
What you got?
We're going back to printing again. I had to do my show and had to do a lot of printing. I found this company that does the pressure-sensitive wall mount boards.
So this is pacificmount.com.
And these are 3/4 inch thick, which foam core board that's got a finished edge on it, 24 by 30. And so they're pressure-sensitive wall mounts. So in other words, what they mean is that they've got an adhesive that's already mounted on the board that you're going to expose, and then you're going to hopefully have the right type of equipment to pressure it through.
So you can't just do this by hand.
No, you actually need some sort of equipment that's going to help you. I guess some people do with squeegees, but I don't know how clean it would be. But the price on this is really, really good. You're looking at $144, and this is a 24 by 30 inch piece.
Okay, that's a big
print. Which is a big print,
Okay, but we're just talking about, these are the foam core backings, and they have, you peel the face of these, this little
piece off here, and then
piece of paper, and then you expose the adhesive, and then you put your print on the top of that, and put the paper back over the print, and then use a specially designed squeegee to
attach it,
to squeeze it down and make the adhesive attach, and then you would trim the edges off.
Right.
Is that how that works? Yeah. Okay, so we're looking at $144, and how many do you get for that?
Four.
Four boards.
So for this size board, that's a pretty doggone good price. I wish I had known about them before.
Okay.
And their edges come in black, white, silver, or gold.
Interesting. Okay, well that's kind of specialized.
Well, it is. It's one of those questions that I get asked a lot, especially when people have seen my images that were mounted. How did you do that? Because if you have a company do it for you, if you do WHCC, it becomes very, very expensive, and it becomes so expensive that you can't afford to resell. So the price is down enough that you could do yourself, and you could make some profit off of it.
So what does it cost you to have a 24 by 30 print made? And you use White House Custom Color,
I do.
WHCC.com.
Just for the print itself, usually is, I think they're about $50 for the print itself.
$50 for a 24 by 30. And then so here you're looking at about, $37 for the, so you're going to have $87, $90 or so in your cost.
For a large print.
That's ready to go. They don't have to be framed. They can be hung right on the roll because they're on a foam core with finished edges.
Right. And these are actually pre-drilled on the back for hanging already also. So once you mount it, it's ready to go. Okay.
And so what would you sell that for then?
You'd want to at least double your price to get something out of it. So you make like an $80 profit on it.
I might sell them for $199 or $200 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or more. More if you're in demand.
Exactly. And also, like if you're going into, like I said, if you've gone into any galleries, they usually double what you're going to charge. So it allows them to double that price and still keep your image where it's in a range where people can buy it.
So in a gallery, they might sell it for $399 or $400.
Right.
Because they have got overhead, of course.
They've got overhead, and you're looking that they're going to double your price. So
okay.
It's one way. That's what becomes very tricky, is that if you have got too much invested and they double, you're not going to make any money out of it.
I hate it when that happens.
Well, yeah. Yeah, well, especially if you've got 100 prints on the wall, it becomes very costly. You want to make some of your money back.
That would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
And then after you've made all that money, I have something for you to spend it on.
All right, what are you going to have me spend it on?
This camera right here. This is from our friends at dpreview.com. They have a nice little article on this camera. And this is the Sony Cybershot DSC-RX10 III. Right, so you can take that to the bank just on the name there. And what this is a super zoom. Now, didn't you just order a super zoom from Nikon?
Well, I did.
Maybe you could cancel it and get this one.
How much is it?
This one's $1,500.
And what is the drawing factor of this one next to the one I just got?
Well,
because you know what I just got.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, this one has the Wi-Fi in it. You can use apps on this one. Like the app we just talked about, you could use there. And this one has the 24 megapixel. I've lost my notes here. I'm gonna have to look that up. Anyway, it has the zoom equivalent of 24 millimeter to 600 millimeter, and it opens from an f2.4 to an f4. So you've got like an f4 600 millimeter.
Really?
And that's pretty. And plus, it does 4K video.
Okay.
Can do super slow mo at 480 or 240 frames per second.
What's the ISOs?
Well, does that matter? I mean, because they could just tell you. They could make, just like Nikon did. You can make a gazillion ISO.
I like to hear what they're touting, though.
I don't know that we know what the usable ISO is just yet here. Let's see, what does it say here? It says, it's a nice thing that they have all this stuff written down for you. It's 20 megapixel. Okay, is the thing I was looking for there. And come on, show it to me here. And it shoots RAW, is with the other thing. Yay!
Right.
It shoots RAW.
That's the new one that I'm looking at. Does also.
And it's got.
So on the 600, is it optical or digital?
No, that's optical.
It's optical.
Yeah, we don't do digital anymore.
I know.
That's been done, and now everybody's onto that. Also shoots 14 frames per second.
I'd like to put a side by side with the.
Yeah, I think as soon as these are available, this will be very interesting. I'm not seeing the ISO list on here. It's probably somewhere. I'll put a link to it in the show notes here, and anyway, Rhonda can look it up on her own time here. She probably isn't going to get this one anyway.
Well, you can't tell.
As soon as you buy one, something will come out that's like, here it is. The ISO maximum is 25,600.
Okay.
That's the boosted one. But it also says here, auto, and then 100 to 12,800.
Okay,
so that puts
standard.
it in line. Yeah, that's pretty standard stuff. So hopefully that's usable ISO and not silly, crazy numbers to try to sell more cameras ISO. Yeah. Anyway, this is if you're looking for a super zoom, I just think that's a compelling one. It looks it looks like a DSLR, so you're not going to put it in your pocket,
right? But
it's like a little DSLR, and this is with the lens all the way extended, and it comes out a ways like that. So
does it have the viewfinder in the back? That
yeah, it has electronic viewfinder. You're asking me all kinds of good questions I don't have the answer to. I think it does have touchscreen, but I know that was.
I just know that all the new.
Yeah, the good ones do. If you got a big LCD screen on the back, come on, people. That should be a touch screen. There's just no excuse. They've already figured it out. They make smartphones that do that. So, come on.
I thought that was interesting, them showing all the different lenses that goes inside the main lens.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll not to belabor this point. We'll link to this in the show notes, and you can check all this stuff out. And I'll see if Rhonda wants to buy this one, or if she's going to keep her Nikon. Which Nikon did you have ordered?
This is the DL-24-500.
And the DL, that's going to be like $1,000, right? Yeah. So it's cheaper. $500, nothing to sneeze at.
Right.
But it tops out at what's the zoom range on it? Do you remember?
500.
500. Okay, so pretty close.
That's where they get the name 24 by 500.
That doesn't. Yeah, just because the model says that,
I know,
doesn't
that's
mean
true.
anything.
That's true.
All right.
But
What else you got?
Well, you were just saying it's something that, I was going to be wishing for to spend my money on. Here we go. Canon's new 5D Mark IV.
Now this is a rumor, right?
I know
this
it is.
This is a CanonRumors.com.
This is a Canon rumor, but they, I guess, have actually kind of announced that they are going to do it. That's what I had heard.
I haven't heard that.
You haven't? I have. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the thing if the rumors are what I've heard, it's kind of like, really, that's all you got? It didn't.
Well,
they didn't do much to it. Instead of 6 frames per second, it's now 7 frames. Ooh.
Well, they kicked the ISO up.
Yeah. Well, and so did Nikon.
Hey, I know, but we're hoping that at least Canon's is usable.
Why would they be different? Come on. They don't care.
I don't know.
As long as as long as you buy it. They're happy. But I don't see that. It's not compelling if these are the specs that we're looking at here on the CanonRumors.com site. And the difference is it's going to go from, instead of a 22 megapixel sensor, it's going to 24. 61 autofocus points compared to Sony's 400. Again, stuff is not real exciting here. But okay, touchscreen LCD. Okay, now I'm there. You might have something on that.
There you go.
Okay, touchscreen. That you could tempt me with that one. Assuming they'll give me a straight across trade-in for my Mark III.
I don't think they will.
Dang. These guys are tight.
I know, huh?
Yeah. So you got one of these ordered too, or you?
No.
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 It's just not quite compelling enough, is it?
I love my Mark III. I really do. It's my favorite of favorite cameras. There's nothing more I can say.
Okay, well, we don't know if this is coming out or not.
Yeah.
So, it's going to come out eventually, right?
Yes,
eventually
it will.
they're going to have to make a new model because the Mark III is like 3 years old now. So
It's more than that, isn't it?
It might even be 4. I don't know.
I think so.
Long time. Which is cool. I mean, okay, it was still a useful and good camera. There's,
it's a great
just
camera.
because the new model comes out doesn't mean your old stuff is garbage,
No. I keep my cameras. Most of them. Not all of them, most of them.
You can have them bronzed and put them up on the shelf.
No, they're
Right
not
next to the
bronze.
baby shoes.
I actually still do use them on occasion.
Yeah.
You're a Jake.
All right. Well, from our friends at Petapixel, doggone them and their awesome website. They must have a staff of 2 million people, scraping the web to find the really cool stuff so that they can scoop us, which is okay. I mean, I'm all right with that. I don't have much time. But here they've got, they have reported there is an automatic colorizing tool that this fellow named Richard Zhang and his team are working on. And this is if you have like Photoshop. And you can see here that what they've done is they've taken some of these classic black and white photos. There's one of Elvis Presley and one of Marilyn Monroe. And they have this, they're working on this software that will automatically colorize the image. So you don't have to go in there and go, the skin tones are here, the sky is blue, it's over here. You don't have to point to anything.
Boy, that's
it just
automatic.
Goes in.
That's pretty doggone good.
It's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. So we're looking at these examples, and I'll link to this in the show notes. But of course, they're showing you the ones that worked really well. If you go to their website and just kind of look at them overall, you'll see there's some. It's easily fooled. If you've got like if there's a Head and Shoulders type portrait in the image, works pretty good. If there isn't, all hell can break loose. So
who knows what will be skin toned?
yeah. So here you've got standard blue sky, green grass, stuff. It works pretty well.
Actually, yeah, it does.
Now, was that the real color? Well, no.
Well,
maybe. They don't know what color shirt you had on. They don't have a clue. But, they make it some color, so that's interesting.
It would be fun with old family photos that you scanned in.
If this came out as a plug-in, and I don't know that I'd pay money for it. I don't know. Just, what would I do with it? I mean,
What do we do with half the things we have?
Well, you put it in a drawer and brag about it.
We play
I have one
with
of those.
them.
I haven't ever used it, but I have one.
We play with it. It's all good.
All right, Rhonda.
All right. So, all right, Rhonda's being where you have to think about things like, you ever thought about losing your equipment, having it stolen,
Yeah.
having it taken, or something happen, something disastrous, and
It does happen. It
and
happens
it does
to people.
happen. It does happen, and I think most of us think that our homeowners is going to pick it up, which maybe,
You have to get a writer on your
maybe
homeowner
not.
to
Yeah,
cover that stuff.
yeah. And once you start investing a little bit, you have to really think about what happens. So anyway, I found this is a good company, pretty high recommended.
Ooh, do we get a commission?
I don't think so.
Bummer.
I know, but they actually handle photography and videographers, graphic arts, web design, and more.
So this is the company
They
that
do.
Rhonda's looking at here is Packaged Choice.
They're out of Phoenix, Phoenix, Arizona, actually.
CHOICE, packagedchoice.com. And they do insurance on wacky stuff, photographers, videographers, graphic arts.
Right,
So, okay.
right.
And they're in Phoenix.
They're in Phoenix.
Yeah, if
So they're-
those of us in Tucson, we can go knock on their door if we have any problems.
That's right.
Just go,
So
Excuse me?
they handle all sorts of that insurance that we need,
now,
that we hate to think about that we need.
now, didn't you pitch the Professional Photographers
do.
of America
I do.
insurance plan? And
I
how
do.
does that compare with this?
Well, of course, this is going to handle a lot more, than what you're going to have with PPA. PPA is kind of just a general insurance, and they go to $15,000 worth of equipment without having to pay additional. I think this is probably more inclusive of everything that you can think of that could happen to you. That's like it says actual insurance claims and what we paid for, camera equipment left in the trunk of a taxi, total package choice policyholder, they got $21,000 back.
Okay.
So-
Well, if you're in the market for insurance, this is certainly a possibility. I'm sure there's lots of companies, that would do this if you just bring it to their attention that you have camera gear that needs to be protected.
But actually, it usually gets really, really expensive if you've ever looked.
So you're thinking this is a cheap date? Is that why you're bringing this up?
I'm thinking that this is their specialty, and I think with this being their specialty, you get a better rate.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
there you have it.
There you have it.
Rhonda said.
It's like Simon says. Sorry.
Whatever that's worth.
Whatever that's worth.
Okay. So are you in the market for a new smartphone?
No. Not right now.
Even one that has two lenses on it?
No.
And two lenses is always better than one lens.
I know.
Right? Well, Tech Insider has an article on the LG G5's smartphone, and they're saying that it has the most impressive zoom that they've ever seen on a smartphone. Now, when a zoom on a smartphone is generally digital because they don't have there's not room to make optics in here, and in this case, they've put actually two lenses. So there's actually two lenses, two sensors, but that doesn't actually contribute to the zoom on this. It contributes to it has a very ultra wide angle shot. So you can look at this article. We'll link to this in the show notes so you can take a look at the G5. But if you're doing a lot of serious smartphone photography, I hear Rhonda yawning back
Sorry.
there. Am I boring you?
It was a late night. What can I say? Oh, Jay.
At least move away from the microphone if you're going to yawn like that.
I'm sorry. All right. I'll be good. I'm back. I'm sitting here drinking coffee. Here's my coffee cup.
Not helping.
All right, back to serious business.
We're going to have to start these podcasts maybe later in the day.
Maybe,
we should do them in the evening. Rhonda's a night owl. I get emails from her in the middle of the night, early morning.
He's telling the truth, really. I am a night owl. I do my best work after 7 or 8 o'clock. So he may get an email from me at 2 o'clock in the morning. And he's like, what were you doing? It's like, I was up. That's just how it is. I work at night. I'm a night owl, vampire.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
you heard it here. So anyway, this G5 zoom, you can have some pretty impressive examples on here, of before and afters. If you look at some of those of you that are looking at it on the screen here, and you can use the pinch and zoom to get in there and zoom on it. And normally zooms just don't really work on smartphones, but these are pretty darn good. So if you're seriously thinking about the camera on the phone, maybe more even than the phone, you might take a look at the G5.
Are you going to get one, Jay?
No, I'm not going to get one because, I don't take a lot of pictures with my smartphone, even though I've got a fairly good one that even shoots RAW. And I'm impressed when I do. I'm like, dang, that came out pretty good. But I don't, it's just, there's too much limitation. I'm too far away. It's got the wide angle lens. And even when you zoom in, then you start losing quality, and that bugs me. So I'm like, it's not for me. All right. So let's, enough about that. We'll just, we'll link to that in the show notes. And what have you got on your screen here?
I'm going to go back to like doom and gloom here. This is a data recovery. And sometimes we have things just go wrong. I had a real scare happen to me the other day, is that all of a sudden a fairly new external hard drive that I have hooked up, and all of a sudden it tells me that it can't read any of my JPEG images on this. And I went, what? My processed images. And I had not backed anything up onto another drive from this drive. I hadn't gotten complacent and lazy. And this had all of my 2015 and to date 2016 images on it, not just JPEGs, but my original RAWs. And it was kind of like you better pay attention. You get one warning. This is warning one. So I pulled my drive off, went and put it onto my laptop, and it read. And I thought, okay, good. So I went to Costco and then bought me another drive, copied everything back over, and was able to correct any type of errors I had on the drive. I had no warning. It gave no warning, didn't make any funky noises, didn't do anything. All of a sudden, it just quit functioning. And so sometimes, like I said, you have accidents happen that you need to recover. You need to have a good data recovery company. And these guys are pretty well known for being able to pull your data back off. I've only had to use a data recovery one time when I had done some imagery for the museum. We'd done a shot, and I can't tell you exactly what happened, but somehow my images got erased off my compact flash card.
Operator error.
Yeah, probably. But I actually went in and did a data recovery and pulled them all off.
I have done that.
But pretty scary stuff, when all of a sudden you've got something that's very important and it's gone.
So this company, actually, that we're looking at here, this datarecovery.com, they actually recover hard drives.
Hard drives.
So if you have a hard drive that you can't recover with a simple software program that you can kind of download, you can send your hard drive to them, and
they charge $350
just to look at it, probably.
To actually, they said to actually recover.
Well, that seems pretty cheap.
That's what I said. I thought that was...
Because I've seen some of these companies...
cost factors of recovery.
Cost a lot more. So anyway, you don't want to be in this situation. You want to make sure you have good backup practices.
Yeah, we offer a low flat rate of $350 for selected types of hard drive recovery services.
Well, that seems pretty cheap.
Yeah, that's why I said they're pretty well known. They get a good bill of health on this for doing it.
Okay, Rhonda says,
well, we're hoping that you don't ever have to do this.
Yeah, don't put yourself in that situation. Always make sure that you back up your stuff, and don't do risky behaviors with your data. Sometimes
things happen.
And there's a lot of people, everybody says that it happens to, and they're like, oh man, but until it happens to you, then a lot of people are pretty casual, like, well, I've had my MacBook Air for 500 years and I've never backed up anything.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to happen to you.
That's why I said when this drive did it, it was like, okay, there's warning 1. You don't get warning 2. And when I came over and I, like I said, plugged it into this computer, it read it, it saw it. I did not touch anything until I went and got another drive and copied everything off of it.
Well, you know what time it is.
Already?
Yep. We just talked our way through another episode again.
Well, there you go.
All right, everybody. We will chat at you again next week. Remember to back up those images.
That's right.
because Rhonda said. And
because Rhonda had a scary experience.
That's right. And she's going to keep talking about it until you do it. So.
That's right. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Next week, same time, same channel, coolphototools.com. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Cool Photo Tools podcast. Sign up for our mailing list at coolphototools.com. Got a question? Send an email or MP3 audio file to info@coolphototools.com. Thanks for listening.